I wanted to share a short clip with you guys from MSNBC's Morning Joe, which featured an interview with a lobbyist named Howard Dean, who's currently running to be the next DNC chair, and he was talking about millennials and why they are disinterested in politics generally speaking, but the host actually corrected him and said, well, they were interested in politics with Bernie Sanders, for example, until Democrats rigged the primary. And his response to that was just tone deaf. So I wanted to share that and explain why there's broader implications to his comments here. Take a look.
And the problem is none of them are interested in politics. It's the first global generation.
Millennials.
Yeah, I call them the first globals because they are the first globals.
They are,
and they believe in all of this. They're libertarian economically.
I think they're interested in politics. They were all over Bernie Sanders.
They really were. They were, and that was great. But look at
you
and me. But that was wonderful. But look at the turnout.
Yeah, but that's because it was Hillary.
But that's because they rigged it for Hillary, and Bernie never got a chance. You really can't say that.
Quite go that far.
Oh no, that's what happened.
Well,
read the emails.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Stab him in the back.
Hold on. Let's not recount.
Right, let's not relitigate that.
Let's not relitigate that stuff.
Sorry, I'm not holding any grudges.
All right. So.
Oh no, that's what happened.
Well,
read the emails.
I don't.
So yeah, let me just say that I love Mika Brzezinski. That was great. I wish that more people would actually call out bias when they see it like that. Now, I'm not showing you this clip because I just want to pick on Howard Dean, even though it is fun. But I'm showing you this because it really proves why he's unqualified to be the DNC chair. Now, there's two reasons. So first, he doesn't understand why millennials didn't come out to vote in this election, which is a very simple explanation. And second of all, he refuses to admit that the primary was inherently unfair to Bernie Sanders and basically anyone that's last name wasn't Hillary Clinton. So when it comes to him not understanding why millennials refuse to come out for Hillary Clinton, well, we have the internet. We're not stupid. Hillary Clinton said that she feels sorry for us because, we don't do our own research. And that's why we're willing to believe that she is a sellout to the oil and gas industry, to the fracking industry, to Wall Street. When, in fact, the reason why we don't like Hillary Clinton is because we do our own research, and because she was, in fact, a sellout and a corporate shill. So if you put up a candidate that is corrupt, we're not going to support them. And furthermore, Hillary Clinton didn't inspire them. We were apparently supposed to be inspired by the fact that she's a woman. And although I think that would have been a great, a milestone in American history, that's not everything. If you don't have progressive policies that will actually help all women, poor women, women of color in a really substantive way, then how am I supposed to be over-enthusiastic about that? And there's a reason why even younger women overwhelmingly supported Bernie Sanders. And that gets to another reason why millennials didn't come out to vote. The candidate that we wanted, well, you guys rigged it against him. You were very critical of Bernie Sanders. You said that him, quote, attacking Hillary Clinton was harmful to the country. You were a huge surrogate for Hillary Clinton. So if you really want to know why we didn't come out to vote, look in the mirror. And now when it gets to him refusing to admit that the primary was unfair, this is really, really important. Nobody in the Democratic Party understands this, but unless you want to solve the problem, you have to actually admit that there's a problem in the first place. And nobody is willing to do this. The person who's come closest, believe it or not, is Donna Brazile, because when Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign after the DNC leaks revealed that she, in fact, was colluding against Bernie Sanders to destroy his campaign, well, Donna Brazile said, look, we need to stop being stupid, and I think the Sanders team is owed an apology. Now, later on, when she was implicated in the John Podesta WikiLeaks, she then didn't want to talk about the substance there because we found out that she was also helping Hillary Clinton as well. But the overall takeaway with this is that if you really, really want to get millennials to come back to the Democratic Party, you have to acknowledge and apologize to them for what you did during the primary. If the party doesn't acknowledge this and realize that it was a mistake, we are going to be inclined to believe that you will, in fact, do it again. And the reason why you don't want to acknowledge it is because you are doing it again. You're using these shady tactics to try to discredit your opponents or any opponent of the establishment, really. And now, for example, Howard Dean is doing this himself. When he was talking about Keith Ellison and why Keith Ellison shouldn't be the DNC chair, this is what he had to say.
I like Keith Ellison a lot. He's a very good guy. There's one problem. You cannot do this job and sit in a political office at the same time. It's not possible. We've seen what happens. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was not the only person to ever do that. It does not work. This is more than a full-time job. We have to rebuild from what has been a tragedy, not only for the Democratic Party, but perhaps for the country. We don't know.
So the person who literally is running to be the next DNC chair thinks that the reason why the last DNC chair was unsuccessful was because, she had to split her time. She also served in the House of Representatives, and you can't do two jobs simultaneously. Being the DNC chair is a full-time job. That's why you think she was unsuccessful, Howard? Really? Really? You're not going to bring up the fact that she was biased against Bernie Sanders and that there was a conflict of interest because she was Hillary Clinton's campaign co-chair in 2008. You're not going to mention that, the way she tried to destroy Bernie Sanders, the way that she didn't do the usual get out the vote campaign that Democrats do during the primaries because she was afraid that it would help Bernie Sanders. You're not going to mention that. You're going to bring up this bullshit point about her not being successful because she was only a part-time DNC chair and that Keith Ellison will be unsuccessful as well. No, this is a bullshit tactic. You don't know how to criticize progressives like Keith Ellison, so you have to make up these excuses in order to help the establishment and lobbyists like yourself get in, so that way big money can still be in control of the Democratic Party.
No.
What you need to do is withdraw your candidacy for DNC chair because nobody wants you to be the DNC chair, Howard Dean. Nobody. And look, you're just too out of touch. You're out of touch with voters. You don't understand why progressives are angry. You don't understand why the working class was angry. It's because your party abandoned them. You abandoned us. And now you think that you have what it takes to mobilize them again? You don't. You have no idea. You're clueless. This video illustrates exactly why you were clueless. We're sick of it. We're sick of you. Step aside and allow progressives to come in and clean up the mess that you establishment shills made.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.